Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new edition of the Bravado. I am Bobby Munson, and I'm bringing you a movie review. That's right, it's Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, the latest slasher flick to flip your childhood upside down and make you think a little bit about what you're doing with your life if you're tuning into this one. This is a very interesting way to go. Who would have ever thought that one day we would see Winnie the Pooh and Piglet tearing it up as slasher characters inside of a horror film? So what happened here? This is based on the books by A.A. Milne. So the Winnie the Pooh books that A.A. Milne created. The property itself went into the domain, so it became public property. The public domain became available on Winnie the Pooh, the story. So therefore, the Walt Disney Corporation no longer had the rights, or the exclusive film rights, that is, to the Winnie the Pooh and the characters involved here. So along comes writer-director Rise Wakefield. Sorry, I hope I pronounced that correctly. If I didn't, let me know in the comments below. Would love to know how to pronounce that correctly. So along comes this writer-director and creates this sinister idea, this idea behind these characters and what could have potentially happened. And when I first saw the trailer for this, I really did think that this was maybe a couple of people just wearing masks. That's generally what it did look like from the trailer, but not so. They do explain that Pooh, Piglet, and the whole crew are actually a half-breed between human and their form, whether it be a bear, a pig, a donkey in the form of Eeyore or Owl as well too. And they do start the movie off with a little bit of a cartoon explanation like they used to with the classic Winnie the Pooh stories, where they're reading from a book. But this one, of course, being sinister, talking about how the characters abandoned by Christopher Robin, forced to live in the 100-acre woods during a very bad time, a lot of storms coming in causing problems, a lack of food, therefore really having to turn to, in a sense, cannibalism to a degree, when they are forced to eat one of their friends in order to be able to stay alive. This therefore growing a bit of a taste for the blood side of things, hence where the name Blood and Honey starts to kick in on this one. And this movie starts off essentially with Christopher Robin and his wife-to-be heading on into the 100-acre woods because he wants to prove to her, hey, darling, I ain't crazy. I did have talking, singing, wonderful animal friends when I was a young boy, and it's not just my imagination, and I'm going to prove it to you. So he thinks, as he brings his wife-to-be into major danger stepping in to the 100-acre woods, where Pooh and Piglet have been lurking and are ready to draw blood from anybody who steps near. As this progresses, as Christopher Robin is picked up by Pooh and Piglet, we start to be introduced to another group who are vacationing, partying just inside the 100-acre woods at a nearby cabin. Of course, they given the film the amount of characters it needs in order to be a slasher film of sorts, because you can't just base this on a couple of people. You're going to need a bunch of people in order to turn this into a serial slasher, and that's exactly what it becomes. This is like a bit of a homage, I guess, to slasher films of the 1970s, 1980s. It kind of has that campy sort of goofy feel to it. Definitely, if you're expecting something very polished, don't think too heavily into it. This is not a big budget movie by any means. This is definitely a more independent type film that just so happened to stumble upon a very great opportunity, and that's what they've taken. Is it going to make you think? Not a whole lot. This is really one of those like brainless, not turn the brain on slashers. It's not going to break any boundaries. This is just a bit of a gore fest on an independent budget using characters that you knew once as children. Is it good? That is a good question to be asking yourself. It's not bad. I'm somewhere in between with it. I will admit that. I didn't think it was brilliant, but I didn't think it was bad either. I like the concept behind it. I think the execution was okay. Again, I think the whole look of the characters, it's a little odd. It feels very masky. It feels like they're wearing masks, and you're not going to be able to get past that, I don't believe. So again, I guess with a bigger budget or something like that, this could be made to look a little bit more interesting. But Yeah, it definitely, it's got the gore factor. It is definitely a slasher flick. It's definitely got that 70s 80s kind of slasher homage. So again, if that's your bag, you might want to give this one a chance. But I wouldn't definitely go blow your money going to the theater to go see it. I would say maybe wait till you have an opportunity to watch this one on streaming, and yeah, give it a whirl. Give it a Sunday afternoon whirl when you got nothing else left to do. Sunday afternoon is the time for you to watch Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. And if your childhood isn't ruined enough by this particular movie, well, guess what? Writer and director is saying that he's got a couple of more plans in mind. So we are going to be privy to sequels, including Bambi the Reckoning and Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. What an interesting take those might be. I'm curious to see how they pan out. But Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey is making some good money for itself. Again, it's pulled over $1 million, I believe, in the Mexican box office. It's starting to make its way all across North America, all across the world. It's starting to get its full release now. And yeah, people are checking it out because there's curiosity and they definitely want to see what this writer director can do. I'm not gonna say anything negative. I mean, I appreciate the efforts here. I appreciate the thought process behind it, and it's definitely a slasher. So if you're just looking for something with a little bit of slicing and dicing, then this could be the movie for you. Have you seen it? Have you not? Let me know in the comment section below, and make sure to do us a big favor and follow us on all our different social medias here at Our Local Establishment, as well as giving us a like, follow, subscribe on Twitch and YouTube as well too. And if you're checking me out on the Video Bros Network, then make sure to give us a follow and a subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so you know anytime we release new material on our various channels. And you also want to check out our sponsor. It is Rogue Energy. You can go over to rogueenergy.com or scan that QR code in the corner of your screen. Use that promo code OLEPODS. It'll get you 10% off your order. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining me on another edition of the Bravado. And let me know in the comment section below what you want me to review next. I'll see you soon. Bye now.